What up, y'all? Doer here. You are about to watch Eric, the UFC Card Father, talk in detail through the inventory that he took to the Burbank Card Show this past weekend in Ontario. Let us know which of all these cards was your favorite. And also, quick disclaimer, there is a bit of an audio issue that happens here and there throughout the video. It appears that the mics were picking up on each other. Lesson learned, we will get better, but nonetheless, the content is spot on, and I'm excited for you guys to see Eric talk so passionately about the cards he has. Very cool stories. I hope you guys enjoy it.
All right, sir. Can you introduce yourself to the audience here?
Sure. Eric Larson, and on Instagram, I'm known as the UFC Card Father, longtime collector of UFC cards.
How's the card show going so far?
The card show is going great, and it's just Friday afternoon, so looking forward to the rest of the weekend. It's
Great.
Great.
Great. So what we want to do here is we're going to look at a few of the cases here and then either ask you which one of these cards sticks out or has a cool story. These two caught my attention. I wanted to know who's the card maker on that.
Sure. Those are Leaf Sports Heroes. I don't know the year, but they're absolutely gorgeous. The gold version and the pink version. I think I've got another version back home that I didn't bring. Plus, there's a Solo Connor auto that's one version of gold and a second version of gold as well.
Are any of these numbered?
All four of them are one of ones.
Ooh, the only number that matters.
That's right.
And I know that one of ones are a very rare thing to you, right? You don't have too many of those.
No, they normally a complete one of one would just be like a single color or a single style. A good example of this would be the GSP auto. That's a one of one from I think 2013 or 14 knockout. And there's not another auto one of one. Whereas these Leafs, they did one of ones in different colors.
Okay.
I think there were maybe 6 or 7 colors, but they're all gorgeous.
Tell me, from this case, is there any one card that's harder than the other to let go?
Yeah, this one would be crazy to let go. This is Khabib, and I won't even try to butcher his last name. Everyone knows him as Khabib. That's his one of one rookie card printing plate. And when it's a printing plate, it means that there's actually 4 of them, but each one is treated as a one of one because each one has a different color. And these are the versions of the cards that were actually used in the printing of the rookie card. This is his rookie card flag, which is of 188, but that is a true rookie plate, rookie one of one, first card ever for one of the greatest fighters that's ever lived.
How long has that been in your collection for?
I would say 7+ years.
7+ years. Have you ever had any serious inquiries on it?
A
Yeah.
couple times I turned back some numbers that had 5 figures in it because I think it's worth a lot more and will only continue to grow in value. There's truly some rare stuff in here. Maybe thinking about stuff that would be hard to let go of. This right here is a matte relic of Hua versus Griffin from round 1. It's a one of one. And those are tough to find from round 1, the very first printing of UFC cards. But there's a lot of neat stuff in here. There's main event autos of red ink that there's only 15 of them. So here you've got Gracie and Silva and Jones.
Oh, that Jones is nice too.
This is not such a truly expensive card, but this is Alex Leroy Bruce Lee Caceres.
Yeah.
And his first card from Moment of Truth.
Wow, that's a young
Sparkle one of one.
Hey, he looks like a baby there.
Looks like a kid. This is a dual auto of Jones and Dana White. Absolutely stunning card. Also love this basic relic from Ariane Celeste. It's got half of the UFC in the relic. This would probably be her bra, particularly if you match it up to the photo. This is where the UFC logo is her outfit. Another great card here is what's called a 6 Sigs. It's got 6 signatures on it.
Yep.
And it's 2 of the most important are Connor and Khabib. They only made 5 of those. There's tons of other great stuff in here. There's one of one autos of GSP. There's a gemmed out 2013 Khabib. There's a Pop 3 first auto of Max Holloway with his nickname Blessed. There's Cody Garbrandt's first auto, 1/1 on card.
Yeah,
There's a
nice.
Anderson Silva 1/1. There's Paige Van Zant's first card,
The GOAT.
1/1. And then here's two other great ones. I want to talk about all three of these actually. This is the first 1/1 from Brock Lesnar, 2010 Series 4. This is the first auto of 25 of Randy Couture from round 1. And this is one of the biggest fan favorites of all time, Robbie Lawler's first card, 1/1 from 2011 Moment of Truth.
All right. Now we're getting to some fun things here. Should we touch on the one right in the middle or leave that towards the end?
Let's cover that at the end.
Okay.
But here you're going to see a ton of neat stuff. You're going to see Cormier 1/1 autos on card. You're going to see a Chuck the Iceman Liddell with his nickname on there. You're going to see Dan Punkass Caldwell with his very first card, and it's a 1/1. A 1/1 round 1 top 10 fights for Nick Diaz.
Pellegrino.
The very first cards, first and second cards of Anthony Johnson, rest in peace, both 1/1s. Down the middle, you're going to see some serious Connor and GSP cards. His very first auto from Connor from Bloodlines 2013, 9.5 grade. Red ink Connor from 2014 on card, and it's got his nickname Notorious on it. GSP's first auto, limited to 25 from the red ink. Notorious Conor McGregor triple threads auto. I think it's of 18. Down the middle, this is one card very, very few people ever see from Conor McGregor that matches up to this triple threads. They only make 4 white whales, and I believe Conor is the only guy to ever hand sign his white whales because it was a redemption. And when he made it, they asked him to hand sign it. So there's only 4 of these in the world. Then you've got great Ronda autos, her first auto, and her 2013 finest.
This is
got a dual auto of Shale and John Jones. I think that's just a 5.
That was a great matchup too.
You got some more Conor autos. You got interesting 2013 Bloodlines auto of Ronda Rousey with her big, clearly legible auto. You've got a Sean O'Malley rookie year auto from 2018. Only 25 of those there.
That Demetrius Johnson is a nice one. Really
cool. Actually, there's 2. Okay, both of these are 1/1 superfractors. One is the normal 1/1 superfractor, and the second one is the variation version, also a 1/1 superfractor. And then down below, there's a couple interesting cards, 3 that I'll point out. Vitor Belfort's first auto from 2000 S4, and that's the Ruby version. Then in the far corner on the right is Sakuraba's first auto.
This right here.
And it's was put out by his dojo. I can't recall the year, but I think that one's only 600. And then a very interesting situation with Zhang's first card, because her very first card was not a base card. It was a matte card. So that matte card, it's got 2 colors, and that's the gold version. Only 10 of those got made.
Wow. And then we have
something
in the middle.
Some very unusual card in the middle. It's a 1/1 auto from Joe Rogan from 2009. Prominent cuts from Upper Deck. And Joe Rogan has never again signed in his life other sports cards for Topps or Panini or for anyone else. So this is the 1/1 of 1/1s because nothing else exists. And if I understand it right, he said he doesn't have time for cards, and so chances are he's never going to be autographing again.
Wow. Permission to hold that?
Absolutely, go right ahead.
All right. Look at that, guys. How long has this been in your possession?
I think I've had that now 4 or 5 years.
Can we get a shot with you and the card? It is. Any serious inquiries on that?
Not serious enough. Not for the money I'm looking for it. I'm waiting for Joe Rogan himself.
There you go.
And buy his only card in the market so that no one else can have it the rest of their lives. There's some interesting cards here. I don't think anything here is actually graded, but there's still some crazy stuff here. Fedor's first card from 2006, Pride.
That's nice.
Got a Stefan Bonner 1/1 auto. Also, rest in peace, Stefan. Got my one rare Panini card that I own. This is a Ruby first card of Rose. A 1/1 card of Ronda Rousey.
Now, you showed me this one earlier, but can you show me the artwork one again?
Sure.
This is a nice one. It's just a cool collector's piece as well.
These two separate pieces of art are connected, and one is signed by Chael Sonnen himself on card. And I believe it's Juan Rosales is the artist. So give a shout out to Juan. It's a beautiful card.
Shout out.
A couple other interesting cards here. PVC canvas collection, some red ink Chaels, unique canvas collection of
interesting
Khabib. Here you've got a Macy Barber first card, rookie card from an insert, 1/1 Superfractor. Below it is Anderson Silva's first card with Pride. Over here is a card that's a beauty. John Jones, 2011 Finest, the first Finest.
That's against
and the third version is 25.
That's against Shogun, right?
That's right.
Yep.
And then for Fedor fans, these are some important cards. This is Fedor's 2010 Leaf Gold, which means there was only 5 of them. And then the red and the blue cards are also from Leaf, I think, 2016 Mixed Sports, and those are limited to 10 as well. Some 1/1 Ariani autos, plus her very first auto in red ink from round 2. A beautiful triple threads auto from GSP, and another one from Nate Diaz. First auto from Amanda Nunes. This is a great card, Josh Emmett's 1/1 first card, and below it is the full rainbow.
We rep Josh Emmett. He's a.
All right, well, get Josh out here. He's got to see his cards.
He's a friend. I'm gonna send him a shorter video of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And look at this card. This is pretty unique. I call this the world's luckiest UFC card. It is 888 out of 888. John Jones 2011 Finest.
That's fun.
And I'm gonna turn it over so you can actually see the numbering.
Let's take that in.
That's a needle in a haystack find.
Wow.
And I've had that for a lot of years.
You pulled that?
Sorry?
You pulled that?
I pulled it. Didn't know it when I pulled it because it's an 888, and the other numberings were, I think, 388, and then octos, which were of 8. So pulling an 888 is better than a base, but you don't pay a ton of attention to them. But good stuff. Next to that is a gorgeous Tatiana Suarez. I believe that's maybe her rookie year, but it's definitely not her rookie card. Maybe it's her second year. That's 2018 Chrome. But next to that is Justin Gaethje rookie card, 1/1 from Knockout, and then another one from Chrome. That's a Superfractor. That's the Knockout insert version. And then the last one here that I think is a fun mention, actually 2 of them. This is a beautiful, unique gear relic from Max Holloway.
Yeah, that's a beautiful card.
Also some nice Maxes. His first auto limited to 25. And under that is his Ruby 2013 Finest. The black is a gorgeous color in the Ruby. And then I think the coup de grace in this particular case
It's a fun one
is
here.
this 6 Sigs from 2010 Knockout. It's got 6 amazing autos on it. So the first unique thing is it's got a Dana White auto on it.
Yep.
And then it's got the very first auto of Shogun Hura. I believe it's got Frankie Edgar, Anderson Silva,
And Brock Lesnar.
and I believe George St. Pierre.
Let me see. Do we have George? Yep. GSP.
Those are limited to just 5.
What's the story on this one? How did you get your hands on this?
I pulled the redemption, got the card. I think the redemptions took a year or 2 to come through, but that's one that's going to need to have someone come in and be serious about wanting that card, or else that stays with me forever.
When it comes to cereal, right, that 888 out of 888, does that matter to you at all? In one of anything, one of 99, one of 25, do you like that?
It does. For example, I don't have it here, but I've got the Connor first auto that's a red ink out of 15. It's a PSA 10. I've got it pictured on my card business card, my UFC business cards. I'm going to see if I can find it or get it here. And the serial number does matter because it's the 1 of 15. And the value comes in because it's a PSA 10.
Yeah.
But probably has a little bit extra value to say that you've got the very first one printed.
That's right.
So I love 1 of 1s. I love the concept of having a 1 of anything. But I don't really go out searching for those.
Yeah, you let them come to you.
They kind of come to me, and if I get them, that's great. If I don't get them, that's also fine. But the 1 of 1s, I actively search for those.
You also mentioned the rare feature of Panini across all these cases. So does that mean you're not a big fan of buying any Panini product?
No, I've only bought maybe less than 10 Panini cards.
Wow. Okay.
In 4 years of them having the product, or 3 years of them having the product, and only because I wanted a first auto or a 1 of 1 that was special.
Yep.
So I've got the first auto of Justin Gaethje.
Yep.
That's a 1 of 1 because I wanted to get that along with the first cards from Topps.
Okay.
But I'm a Topps boy through and through.
Immaculate, no different. It's probably even worse. I know a lot of people really dislike it. A lot of the sticker autos and all that.
You know, if it's made by Panini, I wasn't buying it.
You're not buying it. Noted. What are your thoughts then on Topps coming back this year? We know that recently we got that email, but I guess speak on that. Your thoughts and that email.
Super happy to hear that Topps is coming back. I think Chrome's going to be a great product. They recently announced they're going to delay the issuance of Chrome because product quality wasn't what they're expecting, which I think is a great sign that Topps wants to do the right thing. I think most of us think that if this would have been Panini, they would have just issued it and dealt with the consequences. But Topps and Fanatics wants to do the right thing. I think that's the absolute right way to go. I'm completely ready to wait 2 months, 3 months, whatever it takes for them to put out a phenomenal product, because the last Chrome product that they did, I think, was in 19, and it was a great product. And I think they have to follow it up with a very good first product. And so that's the right thing to do.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on Fanatics Live, the platform?
I'm really not into Fanatics Live. I haven't tested it. I haven't looked at it. I'm not into breaking, because if you can see with all this stuff,
you don't get
see a fighter.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, I would say I PC Topps and Leaf.
Yep.
And I have maybe the widest variety of high-end UFC cards in the world. And so for me, it was never about having a single fighter's cards and having to have every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I have a slight obsession with George St. Pierre. 1 of 1s, maybe I have close to 30. But I never PC'd a particular fighter just to have that fighter.
Yep.
If you try to add up the amount of fighters that are covered here, maybe there's 100 different fighters. So I wanted a very wide collection, a very large collection. And I only brought here, I don't know, less than 0.5% of my stuff.
Wow.
This is some of the good stuff, but I have a lot more and more back home.
Eric, you've blessed us with way more of your time than you needed to, so we really appreciate it. I hope that you have a great rest of the show. Hopefully you don't have to let go of the cards you really, really love, although I know your wife would prefer that you do. But thank you again. Is there anything you want to let the folks know? I guess remind them where to follow you, where they can find you.
Sure, that's great. I'm on Instagram as the UFC Card Father. I think it's spelled out relatively well there. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about cards. I love talking about cards. I'll probably regret selling a few of these if they actually get sold. If they don't get sold, they'll just go home with me, and I'll keep them and be happy and go to the next show in Dallas in March.
That's where people can see you next.
Well, people probably can see me every 2 months in Dallas, with the exception of January, which I always have a conflict for my twin boy's birthday, so I can't make it in January, but the rest of the times I'll be there. I'm hoping to do a show this year in Chantilly, Virginia. When the dates come out, I think it'll be in August. I'm hoping to do a show in Vegas and be back here at the Burbank show in August as well. So I'm going to be very active at the shows during the year, and anyone that collects UFC and follows me, that's great, and watches when I'm going to be at a show. I've already had 2 or 3 people between last night and today come see me that were friends on Facebook or friends on Instagram, and I'm hoping to see several more come over the next couple of days.
What's up, gang? I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, I make content like this on a weekly basis for MMA enthusiasts, so make sure to drop a follow, subscribe. Appreciate it, guys. Until next time, peace.